Let me see if I got an email because that's just weird. That was just awkward. Yo, yo. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? I don't know what happened. I'm gonna have to check my email. Some terms of service, apparently. But I was playing it at a different speed. So, like, let me see if they sent me an email. That was like, yes. I think somebody flagged it or something. Somebody had to flag it because that shit doesn't happen. And I changed the speed on the music so it wouldn't get any I wouldn't get any copyrights. Now I'm trying to set up my iPad. Uh-oh. Let's see what this is. Okay. I have no idea what happened. No idea. But any other time I play music, I'm fine. And they just give me like that somebody else claimed the copyright for it. So it really shouldn't be that or can't be that. What the hell am I sitting on? It's under my blankets. Ah, duh, my e-cig. I guess I put it under my blanket. You're sleepy, Aunt? Well, take a nap, bro. Take a nap. I have no idea what happened. I don't have an email yet. Weird. Somebody probably flagged it or something. It's okay. We're back. I'm sure I'll figure it out, and I'm sure I won't. I didn't violate anything. So, it is what it is. We back. I'm actually thinking about booking a flight for next week. Like, would you guys fly during this time? If not, why not? No emails yet. Why do I have all these friend requests? Important? No? I don't know. Whatever. I had to put on a bunch of moisturizer. I'm like getting so dry on my face for some reason. No matter how much water I'm drinking, no matter how much, I'm going to end up doing an exfoliation, like a whole body exfoliation today. I'll probably do a sugar scrub or something. Get some coconut oil and some brown sugar. I want some of your brown sugar. How about I do this? We'll just play. I don't know why this is not downloaded on my... Should have already been downloaded in my files. Okay. Let me get my lighter. down. Fun.
Shit up in the parking lot. Real gang, so I don't really talk a lot. Pull up on my nigga, we can link in the parking lot. I mean, goddamn, we already in your parking spot. Burn your fucking face off. Bitches set his face off. Where's my fucking chainsaw?
Because I'm about to massacre.
Asked where his wife was. I said I just blasted her. Look at this great gift that God just gave her. It's Friday the 13th. Now what to brag about? I got so much to brag about. Such a bad bitch that I'm leaving with your daddy house. I am off a cruise ship. Oops, I met a ghost ship. Now I got a battleship. Watch how I do this. Just got an ounce of pure.
So,
At the sunset, about to make a killer in it.
as I was saying before, I've already cleaned the refrigerator out, did all the dishes from there. Getting some laundry done today. I just cross landed on this again. It's harder when you can.
Zodiac killer, take you out in infamy. It's a lot of us. Which one of me you wanna see? Electricity, underpinned when I'm writing. Make a bum bitch, tuck a whole fucking life in. I am so sexy, I wanna smack my own ass, but I'm so cheap, I don't wanna spend my own cash. What you see is what you get. I am so benevolent. Bitches can't get with this. I write my own greatest hits. Well done. Excellent. Outstanding. For homicide detectives,
I don't know what happened, bro.
the moment they are called, their chance of solving a murder is cutting ahead.
It's funny because the people who don't want to post anything about like certain things, they know my stance on certain topics, so they like I end up getting like tons of messages on the daily, you know, with articles and with like just whatever videos, and it's funny. It is funny. But it's cool because they know that no matter what, I'm not here to judge anybody. So. Hi. I don't know who else is here, but hello. 10 toes. 10 toes in my day come.
10 toes in my day come. 10 toes in my day come. I'm 10 toes in my 10 toes in my day come. I'm real right, I ain't worried about a fake one. And I don't chase no bitches, I only chase funds. My day 2 kept it realer than my day 1. Street credit, yeah, I know my shit. A1. That's why I'm day 1.
Can't flag music that they don't have rights to. I'm gonna do like this major body scrub today. For some reason, I'm just, even though I still get oily in my T-zone, I'm just like super dry, like around my face, around here, on my chin, especially on my left side for some reason. But I slept pretty good last night. There's a new couple that moved in next door, and they have an infant baby. That baby was crying a lot last night. So I was a little concerned about the baby, but yeah, that's the mom in me. But they settled the baby down, and finally I was able to go to sleep. But that's it. So, would you guys fly during this time? Like, what would you guys do? Because I'm about to book a flight for next week. Like, I am not trying to wait anymore. No flying at? That's Diddy Bop the Boss. Diddy Bop the Boss. Dude, I always play music though. That's the thing. They've never kicked me off for playing music before. That was so weird. Whatever. I was gonna dive into some Netflix possibly today. What do you think? What shows are on Netflix that you guys watch? Why wouldn't you fly, Aunt? Like, hardly anybody's on the planes right now. They've had time to clean them. I'm like so over. I've been over since like day 8, like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I didn't think about that. But they don't have them everywhere, do they? Let me change the speed. You got Hulu? What's on Hulu? Like, what shows on Hulu have you watched that you would recommend? And they don't have FEMA camps everywhere, really. Standard Act. What? And I smoke purpose. I'm getting high, I'm getting low. Um, you only watch Living Single? Oh, Stanford Act. Stanford Act. All of my privates. Yeah, that's your child. Mother and I got her eyes both wildin'. There's a Stafford Act, not Stanford. Oh, Stanford. Here's one. The Disaster Center. I sip it till my kidney blues. Mm. I don't see it. No sense of reality. Mm. 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 Okay, let's look up the Stafford Act. So far it said it was, yeah, it was a good song. Thank you. Can't be in here. Are you guys hanging up those clothes? The text messages you're getting about a national quarantine are fake. So yeah, apparently. Oh, there's Ed Hardy. I was like, oh no. But it's just. A text message making false claims about the National Guard mobilization has continued to make its way around Alaska and the lower 48, even weeks after being debunked, due in part to individuals who received the message forwarding it to friends and family out of concern, but without exercising scrutiny over the form or context of the message. One variation of the text message obtained by KTUU Sunday makes erroneous claims about the National Guard being mobilized to enforce a supposed nationwide quarantine, and that within 48 to 72 hours the president will evoke what is called the Stafford Act. The text message comes in an attachment with what appears to be National Guard insignia, the presidential seal, and a U.S. flag, giving the appearance of an official source. But belying the official-looking seals and insignia are grammatical, punctuation and capitalization errors, and a dated reference to the Stafford Act, which suggests the same message has continued to circulate for weeks, unabated by current events. President Trump declared a national emergency on March 13th, at which time he invoked the Robert T. Stafford Disaster Relief and Emergency Assistance Act, which is described by FEMA as the statutory authority for most federal disaster response activities, especially as they pertain to FEMA and FEMA programs. According to a Congressional Research Agency report, the Stafford Act provides relief to states, tribes, and localities with federal assistance in response to natural and man-made disasters. According to that report, the Stafford Act was invoked an average of 57.1 times per year between 2000 and 2009, most frequently in response to winter storms and hurricanes. On January 31st, 19, President Trump invoked the Stafford Act to deliver federal aid to Alaskans following the November 30th, 2018 magnitude 7.1 earthquake. President's own National Security Council issued a flat denial of rumors of a national quarantine on March 15th. Meanwhile, in a statement on March 20th, the Alaska National Guard said it was aware of fraudulent text messages being circulated among Alaskans. Variations of all texts all claim inaccurate details about the National Guard being mobilized for enforcement. The National Guard has not been activated to augment law enforcement activities at this time, the statement said in part. Nationwide, there are inaccurate and misleading reports of social media and text messages similar to those received by Alaskans. The statement says that requests from communities for COVID-19 support must be made through the state Emergency Operations Center, and the decision to activate forces in Alaska would be made Major General Torrance Sachs, Commissioner for the DMVA and Adjutant General of the Alaska National Guard, and only under the order of Governor Mike Dunleavy. Reached out to the individual who forwarded the message to 20 other individuals Sunday to ask them where they received the message and why they passed it along. A friend of mine texted it to me. It looked like an official thing. It looked like an official thing from the government, so I, thinking of my friends, in case it's real, I passed it on. The individual told Channel 2 in a phone call Sunday afternoon, seemingly unconcerned about the potential of the message to cause panic or hoarding. If you don't believe it, don't do it. Don't do nothing. But I'm just sending it to people I know, and if it's real, they know better, and if it's fake, don't worry about it. On Sunday, Alaska National Guard officials again flatly dismissed the claims made in the text message. So, according to this, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. A day ago, let's see. This is from yesterday. A recent viral post on Facebook claims the President of the United States would enact a mandatory quarantine using a law called the Stafford Act. The President will evoke what is called the Stafford Act, Facebook user Jasmine Morgan wrote on March 16th. The President will order a 2-week mandatory quarantine for the nation. Morgan also stated that the information came from sources in the military. The post has been echoed the rumor. The claims in the message are not true. President Donald Trump already used the Stafford Act to declare a national emergency on March 13th before the viral post was made. More importantly, the Stafford Act does not allow the federal government to impose mandatory quarantines. On March 13th, Trump declared a national emergency under the 1988 Stafford Disaster Relief and Emergency Assistance Act. Under the Stafford Act, about $40 billion from the Federal Emergency Management Agency can be used by the federal government to fight the coronavirus pandemic. It allows federal government to waive certain regulations on healthcare providers. So that part of it, it's where you have a physician and then you have a physician assistant. They open that up to where the physician assistant does not need to have a co-sign by the physician so that there's more healthcare providers. So that's that part of it. The declaration of emergency also allows the federal government to waive certain regulations on healthcare providers so that resources can be deployed faster. This power is again derived from the Stafford Act, which was enacted by Congress to ensure that the states would have a way of signaling for aid from federal government in times of crisis. When it was signed into law, the Stafford Act was mainly intended to address crises like crop failures or natural disasters such as earthquakes and hurricanes. A state's governor must request a Stafford Act declaration for it to take effect. Washington Governor Jay Inslee requested the White House declare a national emergency on March 12th to make the Stafford Act funds available. The Stafford Act does not allow the federal government to directly intervene in the crisis response of a state, local, or tribal government. though it provides considerable resources to help them. What is the Stafford Act? Trump's emergency declaration provides funds, flexibility for state and local officials. Text messages and social media posts to the contrary, however, caught the attention of the administration, and the National Security Council tweeted March 15th in an attempt to dispel rumors circulating online. Text messages, rumors of a national quarantine are fake. There is no national lockdown, the NSC posted. Hey, how's it going? Hey, Jordan. I'm doing great. How are you? While the Stafford Act does not give the federal government the sweeping authority to quarantine the nation, it's less clear if this is a legal impossibility. Other laws and statutes give the federal government, and specifically the president, a range of powers. None, however, explicitly grants the power to quarantine the country for 2 weeks. The Congressional Research Service, a federal agency. No, I haven't seen that yet. The Congressional Research Service and federal agency dedicated to research and analysis in support of Congress published a set of guidelines on federal and state authority regarding quarantines in 2014. In it, the CRS found that this federal government, um, you can link it, and I'll be able to get it in the time of, let me see. The CRS found that the federal government's constitutional authority in times of health crisis comes from the Commerce Clause of the Constitution, which governs interstate commerce. State and local governments have the primary authority to control the spread of dangerous diseases within their jurisdictions. The report states, while the federal government has authority to quarantine and impose other health measures to prevent the spread of diseases from foreign countries and between states. How communities respond to pandemics then can vary greatly across the country. The federal government has clear authority to impose quarantines on individual people for good cause, says Robert Chesney, a professor at the University of Texas School of Law in Austin. But it's much less clear that it has authority to impose broad regional restraints. Let me check. Um, just type it. I'll be able to see it, Jordan. Or Ant Team Smoke will be able to see it, and he'll be able to allow it. Limiting travel within the country is generally outside the powers of the executive branch, according to Chesney, though a federal law that mandates the Surgeon General limit the spread of disease and regulations under that statute. It's okay. You can drop it in my comments. That mandates the Surgeon General limit the spread of disease, and regulations under that statute may allow for limitations or broader screenings, or perhaps even a national shelter-in-place directive in the right circumstances, Chesney explained. If the government claims emergency power to do something that Congress has not already authorized it to do, the only certainty is that there would be litigation. It's likely that the courts would show deference to the government in a time of pandemic. The lack of legal precedent and vagueness of the laws regarding how the government can respond to crisis has led many experts to conclude that any major federal action would be subject to significant legal challenges. The president probably does not have substantial inherent constitutional authority to issue many orders affecting the interior of the United States, unlike foreign travel bans. But Congress could empower the president or other executive officials, like the Surgeon General, to quarantine some areas of the country so as to prevent the spread of the disease. Our rating false. We rate the claim that Trump will invoke the Stafford Act to order a national mandatory 2-week quarantine false. Because it is not supported by our research, the president arguably has considerable authority in times of national crisis. The specific powers granted by the Stafford Act, however, do not provide the president or federal government the authority to order a national quarantine. It is unclear if such power is provided by other federal laws. But current laws and the constitutional scheme, which reserves certain powers for the states, suggest that the power to order quarantines is left to state, local, and tribal authorities. So, that so far is not. Just put a space between the .com. And you said it's a video. Putin giving Trump aid for giving him aid for what? Giving the United States aid? That's dope. Yep, it says Russia sends plane full of medical supplies to US. That's dope. We need that. We need those for our medical. Hi. Enjoy quarantine holiday. I like your name. That's hilarious. Um, Critics likely to claim Moscow will exploit goodwill gesture as public relations coup. Russia has dispatched a cargo plane with masks and medical equipment to the U.S. after Donald Trump accepted an offer of humanitarian aid from Vladimir Putin to fight the coronavirus outbreak. God, I'm getting like a gazillion messages. Um, After Donald Trump accepted an offer of humanitarian aid from him to fight the coronavirus outbreak, um, not much. When Trump was asked, he rejected it. It says that he accepted it. It left Moscow on Tuesday night, will arrive in the U.S. on Wednesday, so it already got here yesterday. After refueling at Shannon Airport in Ireland, footage from the plane broadcast by Russian state television shows stacks of cardboard boxes in the cargo hold. The delivery is likely to stir controversy among critics of Trump, who have said Putin will portray the goodwill gesture as a public relations coup and use it to bolster Russia's efforts to escape sanctions for meddling in the 2016 elections. Masks and other medical equipment are also in short supply in Russia, where the number of infected with coronavirus rose by 440 on Wednesday to a confirmed 2,777 cases. The Moscow mayor, Sergei Sobyanin, warned Putin last week that the official tally of cases underestimated the severity of the outbreak. Trump on Monday said the aid had already arrived from Russia on Monday telling reporters in the White House Rose Garden, Russia sent us a very, very large plane load of things, medical equipment, which was very nice. Later, the Kremlin announced that Putin had offered Trump the aid during a one-on-one telephone conversation when the two sides discussed measures to fight the coronavirus. Trump gratefully accepted this humanitarian aid. Now that this situation has affected everyone without exception and is global, there is no alternative to joint action in the spirit of partnership and mutual help. Makers of medical equipment and materials have gained speed. They will be able to. So it also said that Putin assumes that when U.S. makers of medical equipment and materials have gained speed, they too will be able to reciprocate if necessary. So it's saying that after like we get back up to speed and making our own equipment, that will send help right back to them in the same form. Russia's already sent plane loads of masks and other medical aid to Italy, deploying medics in military vehicles labeled "From Russia with Love." Russia's military said the aid included 22 vehicles and mobile disinfection labs. Italian officials publicly thanked Russia for the aid. A widely circulated report in La Stampa newspaper cited senior officials calling the aid 80% useless. Hopefully someone will tell Trump that he's playing right into a propaganda ploy. Blah, blah, blah. That's just all whatever. So, good. It is what it is. I'm not sure. So, as far as reported in many states, and some areas are experiencing community spread of the disease. Crowded travel settings like airports may increase your risk of exposure to COVID-19. If there are other travelers with COVID-19, there are several things you should consider when deciding whether it's safe for you to travel. Things to consider before travel: is COVID-19 spreading where you're going? If COVID-19 is spreading at your destination but not where you live, you may be at higher risk of exposure if you travel there. I don't know. Museums closed, cafes and restaurants, access to the beach, police checkpoints, 8 p.m. curfew. Through April 30th. Well, President Trump has asked Americans to practice social distancing through April 30th. Reuters is funny. Yeah. I don't know. I have no idea if it was a joke. I mean, we did accept medical supplies from Russia, but so have other countries. It's telling me I need to refill my inhaler. Mm. So that's already happening here. That, you know, don't go out unless you're going to a job, buying groceries, going to the doctor or pharmacy, or exercising. Yeah, just everything's just closed. Hmm. And actually, they sent the plane Monday, and it got here, or Tuesday, and it got here Wednesday, something like that. I don't know. I'm reading an article. Sorry, I don't want to say something that's not true, or you guys think that it is for here, because it is not. This is in France, but it's showing what's happening in France that could possibly happen here in the States, just in comparison. So that's why I'm not reading it out loud. um I guess Takashi's getting out Friday. Let's see what this says. Listen to Jordan.
As a country, as a world, wherever you're at, wherever you're watching this at, UK, anywhere, we're all gonna get through this. It's
It's
just
Jordan Tower. I should actually put this my headphones in, since you guys, so that he can get the credit for this.
Takashi was supposed to get out yesterday. He didn't. Maybe he'll get out today. Obviously, it's gonna.
Mm. So yeah, not much is going on. Mm-hmm. People telling themselves. No order yet for him. Definitely Kuda's going to be out. Kuda's getting out tomorrow. Yeah, he said everybody's trying to get out of jail campaign here. What's up?
Today.
Today's Thursday,
No,
the 2nd.
yesterday was April 1st.
Mm-hmm. My kids. They're so adorable. Yeah, that's just as people reacting to all of this crap going on. I don't know. Let me see. Let me get on Twitter. See if there's anything on Twitter. Oh shit. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Jeffree Star tweeted, "My grandma is smoking green right now for the first time in 20 years. Her feedback, oh Lord, this shit is strong." She gives the Gorilla Glue a 9 out of 10 stars. That's funny. Um, it's my priority. It's not my priority. It's just a District New York Judge Engelmeyer has not ruled on 6-9, only calling for a filing about his initial codependent could it be streaming video after being released. I'm on 6-9 alert, even while covering this big racehorse case. Um, I'm trying to just catch up on these. The preceding original schedule for my la la la. Hmm. Mm. Trying to catch up on Twitter and everything else. Hold on a second. Um, let's see. Crazy. Crazy. Fulfill. Hey, Letitia. How are you, gorgeous?
Come on, man. Y'all know the vibes, man. Y'all know the vibes, man. Yo, what type of question I what's something good? You know that shit. Yo, what's cracking, man?
Hold on.
Yeah, miss you too, my guy. Come on, man. I had to cut them off. I had to get my weeds up in there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, free the fucking baby, man. Hey, yo, you gotta send that shit to my
Good.
DM, bro. I'm with
Good.
Biz and Luck and them niggas, you heard?
I went early live a little like right before this live, and it cut me out saying that I was violating blah blah blah. I was like,
Yeah, what's cracking?
violating
What's
what?
cracking?
Let's see. I'm gonna bump some freaking music in my headphones while I'm just chilling here.
Yeah, I had to let that shit go, bro.
How long is this video? 5 more minutes. 5.5 more minutes.
I had to let that shit go, man.
Mm,
Be on real soon, though, man. You know, listen. I got you, man. That's my DM. I'm gonna hit. Hold on, I'm gonna hit my Kiki. What's up? Yeah, I miss you, Kiki. Shit, whack, man. Shit, dirt. I'm looking good, there. I'm looking good, yeah.
so long. Hi everyone. Smash the like button if you will. To carry away. Mm, um, Judge Engelmeyer has taken note of a video that appears to reflect Kuda party in very close proximity to numerous others. That was filed today. I don't know. Don't know. Try to find someone. Hey, X3,300. 1, 2, 3. 3,000 LC. Hello. What? Yeah, they're gonna be letting people out like crazy today. I'm reading like Twitter and articles and um, I've gained a lot of weight, thankfully. Just everybody's waiting on things to happen. 304. And a person. What's next week? Screw this. I'm gonna book a flight, you guys. I can't do this. I can't stay here. Not during these times. Just working, but I'm listening. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm not. I'm just chilling here. I'm just chilling, reading some articles and, just being me. Like, I cleaned out the refrigerator today and I washed those dishes from the refrigerator, threw the garbage out. I don't know why that's loud. That should have been on pause. Last time, yes, I was so sick. I am feeling so much better, thankfully. Like, it's still like little tasks get me tired really fast. Um, but I'm hanging in there. I'm just doing a little bit at a time. I feel a lot better. Like yesterday, my body was kind of achy. Just, it felt like I was gonna start getting like some kind of cold again. So, and then a couple nights ago, it felt like I like slammed into a brick wall. But you've been using the time for deep spring cleaning too. Girl, and that's the thing. I was already doing that before like all of this happened. I had incorporated wall washing Wednesday, where every Wednesday I go around in all the rooms and all the halls and everywhere and just wipe the walls down, um, with bleach and with cleaners and whatnot. So that was already a thing. Like, and I was already like purging all kinds of clothes and stuff that I have no use for anymore. I've just been getting rid of so much stuff. But there's still a lot to do though. I think now like I'm going to end up purging a whole lot more because that closet right there behind me, that closet is crazy right now. I have tons of clothes in there and I just need to go through it. And I know we're definitely going to be, well, I don't know if we're going to see him on IG. I don't know if he's going to have any kind of social media restrictions or whatnot, but Takashi 69 is definitely getting out of jail very soon. Judge Engelmeyer has no opposition of releasing him as long as he has the authority to do that. He says that's what he intends to do. So Takashi 69 will be out. That's crazy, right? And I know people thought it was a joke yesterday when I posted it because yesterday was April Fool's. But no. Did he make a TikTok? Let me look up TikTok. Hold on, that's hilarious. I wonder, like, mm, oh yeah, he does have a TikTok. Um, this is from like 2018 that he's had it. But this is when it was Musically.
Go, go, go. My name is always Takashi 69.
So yeah, it was Musically before it was TikTok. So his account was already there. Oops, let's follow. Let me put the link. No, nothing on TikTok yet. Nothing from him on TikTok yet. So, but that's his TikTok if you guys want it. He has a few videos up there, but it's that like they're all old. The most recent one is from February 28th, 2018. Man, that's so crazy, right? Let's check my oh, let me check this real quick. Let me check my email because something just came through. Yeah, somebody definitely flagged my account. That the last video. I had none of this. I had none of this. I didn't violate any guidelines. But it says that I did. I will appeal it. People are funny. You got it? Okay. Yeah, definitely check it out. Oh, I think I should take a nap. It's already noon. God, I've already been on here an hour. That's wild. It's our anniversary. Anniversary. Do you know what today is? Bong, 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 bong. Bong, dong, 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 dong. The closer I get to you. Rapture me. Try to tell myself that we could never be more than friends. And all the while inside You make me feel. I try. Sweeter and sweeter. To me. Can't be in here. Did you guys hang those shirts up? Over and over again, I try to tell myself that we could never be more than friends. And all the while I knew. Can't be in here.
Can we have chips?
Hang those shirts up first.
Okay.
No. I'm just chilling, you guys. Nothing, not a whole lot going on over here. Come a little closer. Can that so long? Come closer. I think that's good enough. Have a good one. I had a breakout too because my skin is so dry. Anyway, I'm off.